Right now, you're probably making a financial mistake that could cost you hundreds of thousands in retirement. I've analyzed thousands of retirement accounts, and I've identified 8 of the deadliest money moves that are silently destroying retirement dreams across America. I'm Dean Lolkin, investing veteran and private credit CEO, and I'm here to help you grow your wealth. Welcome to another episode of the Dean's List. Number 3 shocked even me, and number 1, well, I can almost guarantee it's happening in your accounts right now. We're going to start from the top at number 8. Let me introduce you to Sarah. Like many of you, Sarah made a decent salary, about $75,000 a year. She always planned to save what was left at the end of the month for her retirement. Now, that sounds reasonable, right? Wrong. Here's the brutal math. Sarah's Save What's Left strategy left her with $2,000 saved for retirement after an entire year. But her colleague Mike, who automatically saved $500 every paycheck, well, he put away $6,000 plus his employer match of $3,000. That's a $7,000 difference in just a year. Over 30 years, with average market returns, that single mistake cost Sarah, drumroll, $496,000 in retirement savings. $500,000 gone. What's the solution? Well, open your retirement accounts right now and set up automatic transfers the day after your paycheck hits. Even if it's just 1% of your income. Start today. I'll wait. Seriously, pause the video. Do it now. Coming in at number 7, single stock catastrophes. You think your retirement's safe because you work for a stable company? A big one? Well, tell that to the employees at Lehman Brothers in the year 2008. Complete collapse. WorldCom 2002, stock went from $60 to zero. Sears 2018, not too long ago, 95% loss in employee retirement accounts. Here's the terrifying part. Right now, 59% of you have more than 10% of your retirement in a single company's stock. Usually it's the employers. And here's what you don't realize. Even stable blue chip stocks can devastate your retirement. Think General Electric, down 82% from 2000 to 2009. Citigroup, down 98% from 2007 to 2009. And Boeing, a 72% drop from 2019 to 2020. And remember AT&T, not the greatest business of all time, but down 65% 2016 to 2022. Think about an imaginary employee, Robert. He worked at GE for 30 years, and he believed the company so much that he kept 70% of his 401k in GE stock. In just 24 months, his retirement account dropped from $890,000 to $160,000. $730,000 gone because of one stupid decision. The solution is the 1-5-10 rule. No more than 1% in any single stock outside your employer. No more than 5% in your employer's stock, and no more than 10% in any single sector or industry. Coming in at number 6, the employer match blind spot. Your company matches 6% of your 401k contributions. I hear this all the time. Here's what's really happening. They match up to 6%, and most people aren't getting the full match. The average American leaves $1,867 in matching funds on the table every single year. It's like taking your paycheck and setting 20 $100 bills on fire every month. Missing just 5 years of full employer match costs you $164,000 in retirement. And here's the real tragedy. Survey any 100 people who are not getting their full match. And know what the top reason for that is? They can't afford it. Here's the solution. Create a 1% monthly ladder. I want you to increase your contributions by 1% every month. And then cut one small expense each time. Think a streaming service, or maybe an extra trip to Starbucks. Maybe you bring your lunch one extra day. Within 6 months, you're gonna reach your full match, I promise. And you're barely gonna feel the difference. Number 5, the inflation ignorance crisis. See these prices at the grocery store? This isn't just inflation, it's retirement destruction. Everyone's focused on their account balances, while inflation is silently eating 3 to 4% of their retirement savings every year. A portfolio that would have supported a comfortable lifestyle in the year 2000, not so long ago for most of us, now needs to be twice as large for that same lifestyle. And here's the scary part. Millions of pre-retirees are sitting on huge cash positions, thinking they're playing it safe. Let me show you why that's devastating. $100,000 sitting in savings accounts in 2015 today has the buying power of $76,000, $24,000 loss in purchasing power, while thinking you were being conservative. What's the solution? Build an inflation-fighting portfolio that provides enough exposure to broad stock market indices to offset those daily erosions of purchasing power, and make sure your cash is invested in treasury notes or money market funds. That way you don't miss out on the highest yields we've seen in over 15 years. Coming in at number 4, the tax bomb. You've saved $1 million in your 401k. Good job, congratulations. There's many of you out there that have. But here's the brutal truth. $1 million isn't really yours. Meet David, who learned that $312,000 lesson the hard way. David saved everything in his traditional 401k, thinking he was being smart. And at age 72, his RMDs, his required minimum distributions, hit. And watch what happened. Every dollar he withdrew is taxed as ordinary income. His required withdrawals pushed him into a higher tax bracket, forcing him to take out even more to cover the taxes. A vicious cycle that ate 31.2% of his retirement savings. The solution? The tax diversification triangle. Think about saving money in traditional accounts, that's pre-tax, Roth accounts after tax, and taxable accounts that can be flexible. Here's your tax-smart allocation. Put 40% of your savings into Roths with tax-free growth, 35% into traditional tax-deferred accounts, and 25% into taxable accounts that have maximum flexibility. And make sure you start those Roth conversions during your lowest income years, maybe in your 50s or early 60s. And those years could come due to job transitions, market downturns, or early retirement years. That way you always stay under the next tax bracket. Coming in at number 3, the healthcare cost blindside. All of us could get hit by at any point in time. The average couple retiring today needs $315,000 just for healthcare costs, and that's with Medicare. But 7 out of 10 of you have not saved a single dollar specifically for healthcare. Medicare covers about 80% of your costs. What happens to the other 20%? It comes out of your pocket. Let me show you what that really means. Think about a typical knee replacement. The cost is $50,000. Medicare will cover $40,000, and your share is $10,000. Multiply that by every procedure, every medication, every emergency over the next 20 to 30 years of retirement. Here's what most people miss. Long-term care averages $8,821 per month. Medicare pays nothing. Your retirement savings could be gone in 24 months. The solution: make sure you're funding HSAs, those health savings accounts. Make sure you're buying long-term care insurance, and have growth-focused investment allocations within your portfolio. If you're eligible for an HSA, maximize those contributions. $3,850 for individuals or $7,750 for families today. And invest that money instead of spending it. Let it grow tax-free for retirement. Coming in at number 2, debt in retirement. What a disaster. 37% of retirees still have a mortgage. 40% have credit card debt. And it's not just debt, it's retirement quicksand. Let me show you why. Think about Patricia, your friend. She retired with $500,000 in savings. $1,500 monthly mortgage payments, $400 in monthly credit card payments, and she earns about $2,000 monthly from Social Security. After debt payments, she only has $1,600 left for healthcare, food, utilities, transportation, and everything else. The stress forced her back to work at 73. And here's what makes me angry. This was completely avoidable. What's the solution? Put a 5-year debt freedom sprint in place. List all your debts from smallest to largest and calculate your real retirement date. Your debt-free date plus 3 months. The AI LLM models can help you do this in minutes. Redirect your investment dollars to pay off your debts immediately and return to an aggressive savings schedule once you're debt-free. By paying off her debt before retirement, Patricia could have reduced required savings by about $300,000 and lowered her stress level significantly. Remember what cortisol does to your health. Actually, Patricia could have enjoyed her retirement. Don't be Patricia. And coming in at number 1, my favorite, I'll start later. This final mistake is the deadliest because it feels so innocent. I'll start saving seriously Next month, next year, next quarter, in 2 years, when this happens or that happens, let me show you the real cost of waiting. Think about twin brothers, Mike and Mark, at 25, young guys. Mike starts saving $400 a month. Mark waits until 35 to start saving $800 a month. By age 65, Mike has $1,287,000 saved, and Mark just $892,000. Mark saved twice as much monthly, but ended up with $395,000 less. I call that a catastrophe. Why? He missed the power years of compound growth. How did this tragedy happen? Mark actually contributed more money out of pocket. He worked harder but got less, all because of this one mistake. The solution? I call it the 1% solution. Start with just 1% of your income today and increase it by 1% every 3 months or 90 days, and continue until you're saving about 20% of your income. Now you know the 8 silent killers of retirement wealth, but knowing isn't enough. You gotta take action. Here's what I want you to do right now. Hit subscribe and the notification bell, and comment below which mistakes surprised you the most. I read every comment and I do my best to reply to all of them. Why? I've seen so many hardworking people lose their retirement dreams to these exact mistakes. Don't let that be you. See you next time on the Dean's List.